So this is the first set of notes for Unit 2. This is after you have done the bowling ball lab. And we're just going to look through it, look at the results, and come up with a set of graphs that we can study for the upcoming graph matching quiz. So what I have here are the two one videos, 1A, 1B. A couple things that you can see that are similar. All right. First off, they both start at the bottom at the ramp. That's near the origin where you're supposed to set it. They both start off with a high velocity. All right, going very quickly, and then eventually slow down, come to a stop. All right, how are these different? Only difference here is that B was moving to the left and A was moving to the right. That means that this guy is moving in the negative direction and this one's moving in the positive direction. Let's go with 2B. Let's see here. 2B and 2A, kind of the same idea. All right. 2B was stopped, so it was 2A up at the top, and then they picked up speed, so they accelerate towards the origin. B was moving in the positive direction, A moving in the negative direction. Otherwise, very similar. All right. And the last one, 3A and 3B, you can kind of see that they both start at the origin, move away quickly, begin to slow down, and then come back towards the origin. So they actually move in one direction. A was moving in the positive direction, then the negative. B moving in the negative direction, then moving in the positive direction. All right. You can kind of see that really I just had one video. All right, 3A was the original video where I spliced it halfway to make the 1A, then the second half was 2A. All right, and if I mirror image all of those, I got the B's. And if you can kind of see that and keep that in mind, then the graphs that we are going to use may make a little more sense. So what you need to do on a sheet of paper, I recommend that you turn it sideways. And I want you to sketch all of these graphs here. All right. These stacks of graph, the position versus time graph, velocity versus time graph, and a new one, an acceleration versus time graph. All right, for these 6 videos. You don't need to put the videos up top, just these. All right, we're going to walk through what these position versus time graphs, velocity versus time graph, and acceleration versus time graphs would look like for each of these different types of motions. All right, so that hopefully, if given a description or a video, you can come up with the correct set. So go ahead and pause the video and sketch this in your notes, and then we're going to move on. Okay, here we go. So 1A. If I want to know about the position versus time graph, all right. Now it started down here. That is what we would say is near the origin. So that means you're going to have the line that represents the motion here, starting somewhere here. It moved away in the positive direction because right is positive. So that means it should end up somewhere over here. The question is, how does it get there? Well, remember that on a position versus time graph, all right, that the slope for this kind of graph is really describing the velocity. Or if I know the velocity, I can come up with the slope. It was moving really fast, okay, down here at the beginning, and in the positive direction. And then the velocity up here pretty much goes to 0. So in other words, I need to have a velocity or a slope that's very positive at the beginning and eventually flattens out up here. And if we go ahead and show it, then that's exactly what we get. All right. That slope changes because it is accelerating the entire time. So where it's moving very quickly at the beginning and slows to a complete stop where it flattens out here. What that would look like for velocity versus time graph, again, this is a very high positive, all right? So that's why the velocity starts in the positive. And the slope goes to 0, which is why the velocity goes to 0 here. Now the acceleration versus time graph, to come up with that, again, acceleration is any change in velocity. Well, it kind of sounds like velocities, because velocity really is just the change in position. All right. And since the slope of the position versus time graph gives me the velocity, then it may follow that the slope of a velocity versus time graph is going to describe the acceleration. How is the velocity changing? Well, we can see that the velocity is going down constantly, and this is a negative slope. So therefore, we have a constant negative acceleration. Let's go on to the next one. All right, 2a. All right, so 2a started way up here. Okay, well, this is the position of 0. That's the origin. So we know it's got to start somewhere up here. It's not moving very fast. So the velocity up here is like 0. And down here, it's moving very, very fast. Okay, in the negative direction. So in other words, I'm going to have to start off very fast, make my way to the origin with a very steep slope. All right. I start off with no velocity, and that's going to have a very negative velocity at the end. All right. And since this is a negative slope again, because the slope tells me what's going on in the next graph, we have another negative acceleration. So if that kind of makes sense, and keep in mind that the way that I made this lab is I took this one video and cut it in half to make the 1A and the 2A. So if that follows, that this is just the combination of these two motions, then I just need to take the combination of both of these to come up with my acceleration graph for when the ball goes up and comes back down. It starts off very fast in the positive. When it reaches up here, it goes to no speed, and then it comes back down here very negatively, back to the origin. All right. Now, to make this set, all I did was mirror the motion. Instead of moving to the right and then back to the left, I flipped it. So if we play 1B, all right, it's moving away from the origin, starts here though, all right, very quickly. But in this case, instead of moving in the positive direction over here, this one's moving in the negative direction. So I have a fast negative that eventually slows down over here. Now, look at the velocity versus time graph. Again, this is a very negative value, goes to a 0 slope, so it goes to 0 here. That is a positive change. That's why the acceleration here is a positive. And it's not curved or anything because this is a constant change. 2B, all right. You can kind of notice as well that 1A and 1B just mirrored themselves on the x-axis. Same thing here. Mirrored on the x-axis for 2A. And then 3B, same deal. So these are the graph stacks that you're going to need to know and be able to identify. I may give you something like this, and then you have to tell me that this would be the velocity versus time graph, and that's the acceleration versus time graph. A little trick, all right, that I can give you, all right, is with smiley faces and frowny faces. Okay, if you're smiling, that's usually a positive feeling. That's why these are all positives. Feeling sad and frowny face, those are all negative feelings, so that's why these are all negatives. Do not expect that a positive acceleration is always speeding up. We saw that it wasn't, okay? All right. It can be slowing down or speeding up. Okay. What is actually happening is to go from here to here, I have to add velocity. Okay, positive slope. Right. And another way to think of it is that gravity is what's causing this thing to speed up or slow down, and gravity's trying to pull it down the ramp. Well, gravity's always trying to pull it to the right for these guys, and that's the positive direction, so that's a positive acceleration. Gravity here is trying to pull this always to the left. Those are negative accelerations. All right, so you're going to have a practice quiz over the weekend for you guys to look at. Study up on that, because you will have a quiz where you have to match up these different graphs with each other.